Someone's going to switch in the live stream.
Don't worry. 20 seconds. Six.
Welcome back to Hashtag That. I'm Liz Ippolito.
And I'm Isabella Foley. From Wake the Giant to reality TV news, we're back with the latest entertainment news updates.
All that and more from Hamden to Hollywood. We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news. From Hamden to Hollywood.
We are your source for Quinnipiac's entertainment news.
Former Cincinnati news anchor and mayor-turned-talk show host Jerry Springer has died at the age of 79. The star passed in his Chicago home with the cause being revealed as pancreatic cancer. One of Springer's close friends, Gene Galvin, spoke about the TV icon to Variety, sharing, quote, "Jerry's ability to connect with people was at the heart of his success in everything he tried, whether that was politics, broadcasting, or just joking with people on the street who wanted a photo or a word," end quote. Throughout the 90s and early 2000s, the show received a lot of negative reviews and was considered by many to be trash television. The topics of the guests that were brought on usually revolved around relationship troubles or petty drama that turned into arguments or physical fights on screen. The show has been described as many viewers' guilty pleasures for the time that it aired. Not only was Springer known for his talk show, but he also starred in other films, shows, Broadway performances, and musicals too. He is survived by his wife, Mickey Belton, and his daughter, Katie.
Former Disney executive Dave Hollis's cause of death has been revealed. Hollis passed away in February 2023, and his death was ruled an accident by the Travis County Medical Examiner's Office. The report stated Mr. Hollis's underlying natural disease of the heart would have predisposed it to developing an abnormal rhythm. The report continued, particularly in the presence of a stimulant drug such as cocaine. This week it has been revealed that the Texas autopsy report that Hollis died of the toxic effects of cocaine, ethanol, and fentanyl. Hollis is survived by his children Jackson, Sawyer, Ford, and Noah.
We are wishing that November comes soon because Walt Disney Animation Studios released the official teaser trailer for Disney's 100th anniversary film, Wish. The movie follows the original story of a teenager named Asha who lives in a magical land located off of the Iberian Peninsula. Like many classic Disney stories, there is a major villain and a trusty animal sidekick, of course, the style that all fans have loved for years. The trailer has been receiving largely positive reviews from viewers on Twitter, YouTube, and other social platforms. One YouTube commenter gave their insight remarking that, quote, "It looks like a storybook, the ones we used to read as children. I think that's one of its charms, evoking nostalgia once more," end quote. The true test of the overwhelmingly optimistic reviews on the trailer will be the amount of fans that come out to watch exclusively in theaters on November 22nd this year.
Call Her Fiancé, Call Her Daddy podcast host Alex Cooper has just announced her engagement to film producer Matt Kaplan. The two have been engaged for 2 months now, but Cooper revealed her engagement to W Magazine just last week. Kaplan is known for his work as a co-producer of the To All the Boys I Loved Before franchise. The two met after a Zoom meeting in 2020, and Kaplan arranged a fake photo shoot for Cooper and ultimately popped the question. Cooper described her engagement when she states, "He was down there with our 2 dogs and little bow ties. He got down on one knee and said, 'You're my soulmate, the love of my life. You make me a better man. Please do me the honor of marrying me.' I blacked out. I think I said yes at first. It was very surreal." This year, Isabella and I were lucky enough to get media passes to Wake the Giant.
The headliner of the highly anticipated concert this year was the rapper Offset, and here's what we saw.
What's up, Q30? It's Liz Ippolito, the executive producer for Hashtag That.
And I'm Isabella Foley, Q30's entertainment director, and today we're at the SPB-hosted annual Wake the Giant concert with headliner Offset.
It's the first time there's been a musical artist headlining the event in 5 years, and this is what went down. Offset is a Grammy-nominated rapper that has been dominating the music industry for almost a decade, especially as a member of the hip-hop trio Migos. His Wake the Giant show was opened by Peter Sestaro and DJ Kaluka to get the crowd excited for the headliner. In the past decade, Migos has made a major influence in the rap genre. Some of their hits include Motorsport and Stir Fry. Migos received 2 Grammy nominations in 2017 for Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Album, but Offset has made a huge name for himself as an artist aside from the success of the group. At the 2019 Grammys, he was nominated for Best Rap Performance for the single Clout featuring Cardi B, which was performed right on the M&T Bank Arena stage.
I'm a big fan. I've been listening to it for a long time. I love Ghostface Killers. It's a great song with Travis Scott. That song's been on my gym playlist forever, so big fan.
His Spotify listeners are constantly growing, and the rapper's #1 streamed song is Ric Flair Drip with Metro Boomin, which has accumulated well over 1 billion listens. Some of his recent work is his single 2 Live with Hit Boy this year. He even teased some of his new music during Wake the Giant, exclusive to Quinnipiac students. Not only has Offset produced his original music that has stayed in the charts for years on end, but he is known for being featured on many other artists' songs in his collaborative album with 21 Savage and Metro Boomin.
I think it means everything and more. I think more than people think it means to have a musical artist, because I know that the students that have put their work into getting Offset to be here, all they want is for the rest of the campus community to enjoy a musical artist and to have fun and for it to be a success, and to go back to some sort of normalcy from what things were before and get the tradition back.
Fans were screaming the lyrics to Offset's hits, and the many student programming board members shared their pride for how this event came together this year for the students.
For Q30, I'm Isabella Foley.
And I'm Liz Polito. Thanks for joining us.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there. I wasn't happy with what I was doing.
After high school, I didn't have a plan.
I just wanted to start working.
I got laid off twice, but you gotta keep going.
You just need the right skills. Find an apprenticeship.
I found a 2-year IT program.
I found a medical course online.
I'm now a consultant in the tech space.
You have more options than you think. You can do this.
You will find something.
You will find something new.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made home ownership happen. Homeschooling yourself on loans, beefing up your credit score.
So I'm pre-approved.
You were like, yes! Sorry. Color coding listings, ticking boxes, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. Home sweet home. You aced house hunting. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
I know what you're thinking. I need a
Music Beat reporter Samantha Shaw is back to talk about social media's impact on the music industry. What do you have for us, Sam?
Hey, hashtag that. I'm Samantha Shaw here with an exclusive interview with singer Jeff Nelson, who currently has 700,000 followers on TikTok. He's here to tell us all about how social media is impacting the music industry. What is your process behind coming up with new ideas for your posts?
Look up what's currently trending in your specific topic, or as they call it, niche. Look at what they're doing. Look what's doing well. And then try to take that idea and put your own spin to it, and then see what you can come up with. Consistency is really important. That's probably the most important thing that you could do. Post and consistency, and then things just will fall into place pretty much for you. And the other aspect is don't think too much, because, that'll also prevent you from posting. Because knowing myself, I think way too much with this type of thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this good? Is this a good idea? And then I scrap so many. But if you just think, okay, this is a decent idea and I have a video for it, just put it out there. If it doesn't do well, who cares? But then that's the next step to getting into, posting something that does do well.
As a musician, how important is it for you to stay relevant on social media?
It's very important to post what you're doing there. And even if you think it's not, you're not good, you're just more critical on yourself. But you should post everything that you can, because you never know who sees it. And social media is the best way to get your product or your brand or what you do out there, because even if let's say on a very minimal scale, if 100 people see your post, who knows, one of those people could be somebody that could get you a gig or something, or you never know who sees it. And one thing I have to say is the number one thing that prevents a lot of people who love what they do from posting is that they just don't post. So if you post, you're already ahead of the game, because a lot of people are just sitting there thinking about posting, whereas you're actually posting. So I think it's very important to post on social media. It can get you a lot of opportunities.
How do you see TikTok affecting the future of the music industry?
It affects it a lot, actually. I mean, I can't tell you the amount of people, artists, that have no following whatsoever, that just get noticed out of nowhere. Like, a lot of people, like, everyone is always, like, discouraged that if they don't have a following or whatever, they think that they're not good or they don't have good ideas. But, like, TikTok just proves, and social media just proves that that's not the case. It's kind of crazy. I mean, especially because a lot of people like to see, like, or I guess record labels, they want to see, like, who likes what you're doing. Is there going to be, like, an opportunity to kind of amass to a following and market you? And, like, TikTok is, like, the perfect place for that to happen. You don't even have to have any followers, just posting one song or you doing a cover. Like, it doesn't even have to be an original song. If you post a cover and it does well, that could launch your career. You never know. You never know who's watching. So very important for musicians.
9, 8.
That's all the time we have, but be sure to follow Jeff Nelson Music on social media. And back to you guys at the desk.
We are back with Let's Get Real, and here to give us the rundown is Olivia Barrios Johnson.
Thanks, guys. There is so much going on in the world of reality television, so let's jump right into our first story. Stormy, baby, you look like mommy. Kylie Jenner called out the Kardashian family in the new trailer of the Kardashians for their views on beauty standards. In the trailer, Jenner said, quote, "All of us need to have a bigger conversation about the beauty standards that we're setting," end quote. The third season of the Hulu series will drop on May 25th, and Jenner explained how she does not want her 5-year-old daughter, Stormy, to feel like she also needs surgery to feel beautiful. She also stated that she wishes she had never touched her face to begin with. As Jenner continues to raise her daughter, Stormy, and her son, Air, she wants them to know that they are perfect the way they are and do not need to resort to surgery to feel beautiful. Blackish star Anthony Anderson and his mom Doris Hancock will premiere in E's new unscripted reality TV show called Trippin'. The show, which features 8 episodes, will be about the duo's 6-week excursion throughout Europe. Mom and son will visit to England, France, and Italy to take in the different cultures and customs. This is part of Anderson's thank you to his mom for all that she sacrificed for him in order to reach stardom. In the trailer released last Thursday, Anderson said his experience with Mama Doris was, quote, "a trip of a lifetime." The trailer also featured funny and wild moments with Mama Doris, and she certainly does not hold back the jokes and banter. The show is set to release on E! On June 22nd at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Well, hashtag, it's come to that time for graduation. As a member of the 2023 graduating class, I wanted to take the time to thank my family, friends, and everyone on the hashtag team for your support and love this semester. Thank you all for believing in me and tuning in on Monday nights to catch up on the latest Hollywood news updates. It's been an incredible journey, and I'm so excited for what the future holds and for the new season of life up ahead. I'll end this with my favorite quote from my favorite movie, Forrest Gump. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. Thanks, hashtag. Back to Liz and Isabella at the desk.
With season 5 of The Marvelous Miss Maisel just being released, there has been a lot of heat on Twitter. And here with the rundown is Erin Russell.
Hey, hashtag. Today we are reading Twitter reviews of the 5th and final season of The Marvelous Miss Maisel on Amazon Prime. In case you've never tuned into the series by Amy Sherman Palladino, here's a recap. The show follows Midge Maisel after her separation from her husband and how she pursues her dream to have a successful stand-up comedy career. Her manager Susie and Midge form an unusual yet electric bond. Throughout the last 4 seasons, Midge has toured with singer Shy Baldwin, struggled with her family life, and of course, performed at the Gaslight Cafe where she first discovered her flair for comedy. The first episode aired on April 14th, and audiences have mixed feelings. I haven't seen any of the new episodes yet, so let's see if I should be excited based on these tweets. Starting off with one that just made me laugh, @HeyEncha said, quote, "Glee walked so Marvelous Ms. Maisel could sorta jog," end quote. In case you've missed it, Glee follows a group of musical high school students. Ms. Maisel does feature music, especially considering Shy Baldwin's tour. And, fun fact, Jane Lynch, who played the iconic Sue Sylvester in Glee, plays comedian Sophie Lennon. Moving on, @the one and only Anne tweeted, quote, What is wrong with fantastic TV shows not being able to write an equally fantastic final season? Yes, this is Marvelous Ms. Maisel shade, end quote. There was so much room for amazing storytelling when season 4 concluded, and I'm hopeful that the writers made the right choices. Here's a more positive tweet. At AMLEHR said, quote, "As a theater nerd, the musical numbers on this season of At Maisel TV are bringing me so much joy," end quote. As the series is set in the mid-1900s, the singing and dancing are jazzy and mostly upbeat. Considering the awards the series has won for time period-specific aspects, I am sure I will not be disappointed. That's all the tweets I have to share today. The 6th episode of Ms. Maisel comes out this Wednesday on Amazon Prime. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Jules, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
We're back with this week's Hollywood News Update, and here to fill us in on all the latest West Coast entertainment news is another one of our seniors, Krista Barong.
Thanks, guys. Jumping right into our first story. As we all know, artificial intelligence, better known as AI, is taking the world by storm. From taking over jobs in the workforce and writing papers, AI is now taking over the music industry. TikTok user Ghostwriter977 released a song called Heart on My Sleeve, which went viral due to its AI-generated vocals of both Drake and The Weeknd. After having more than 15 million views on TikTok and 600,000 streams on Spotify, it was later removed from all platforms due to being infringed content made with AI. This is not the first time AI has been used to make music, as there is a cover of Beyonce's song Cuff It, with AI-generated vocals of Rihanna and more. Do you guys think AI-generated music is the future of the music industry?
You know, I don't think it's the future of the music industry, and it definitely should not be anywhere near the entertainment industry as a whole. When you think of AI, they're taking people's voices and their creativity, and they're just making something else. If these artists wanted to put something out, they would. So I don't think it's fair to just take their talent and use it for an alternate purpose. But what do you think?
I honestly really agree. I sure hope it's not the future of the music industry. I think autotune has already taken the music world by storm, and that's already taking away from the authenticity and talent, like you were saying, of these artists. And, you know, it'll take away from a lot of jobs that people have, you know, vocal coaches and artists themselves, concerts and tours. I can't imagine, you know, robots and technology kind of taking over like that. So what do you think about it, Krista?
I totally agree with both of you. I think AI is very damaging, especially for the music industry, and I hope that the artists are able to continue to use their creativity and uniqueness without AI. But come on, Barbie, let's go party, because the upcoming Hollywood movie starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling is expected to make $1 billion in the box office. The $85 million blockbuster Barbie is expected to help save cinema and bring people back to the theaters, similarly to how Top Gun Maverick did so in 2022. The movie has had several private screenings despite its anticipated release on July 21st of this year. A private screening audience member stated, quote, "I saw Barbie, loved it. Gonna be a massive movie. Fiercely feminist and volcanically hysterical. So flashy and bright. It deconstructs the feminist iconography of Barbie and recontextualizes her for a new generation," end quote. What are your guys' predictions for how the film will be received by audience members? Do you think the movie is setting itself up for failure by promoting that it will be a success?
Well, I know for me, I'm definitely going to go and see this movie. I don't think there's any way it can fail, honestly, and I feel like with Greta Gerwig being the director, there's definitely going to be a deeper message hidden in there, and the demographic is probably going to be older than we would see with, the old Barbie movies, but it's still going to bring that nostalgia to people in, their teens and early 20s that want to go and see this movie, and I think people are going to be flooding to theaters. I know I will. What about you, Liz?
I mean, I don't think that there's a possibility that this movie will fail. You have Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as the two main leads as Barbie and Ken. So I don't see it failing in that aspect. And also you have Barbie, which is a huge IP. So there's generations on generations of people who have played with Barbies and will want to see this movie. So I definitely don't think that this movie will fail. Yeah. What do you think, Krista?
I mean, I'm just so excited for this movie, so you know that I'll be contributing to its success. But now it's time for me to officially say goodbye. When I first arrived at Quinnipiac, I was not entirely sure what my plan was. I was a film major with no experience with cameras, broadcasting, editing, and more. On a whim, I decided to join #that with two of my best friends, Isabella Foley and Mason Glod. And that is a decision I am so grateful for, as my college experience was defined by this organization. From being a general member to my second year where I served as an associate producer for this show, and now in my third year being able to serve on Q30 Cabinet as the station's planning and engagement coordinator, I truly cannot put into words how much Q30 means to me. I have learned so much from my peers and would not know anything I know now without them. This station has been a home for me and the members have been my family. Personally, I would like to thank Ben Kane, Audrey Scafati, Fiona Stevens, Ethan Logue, Vanessa Blasi, Lane Dubine, Mason Glod, and Isabella Foley for being the best fellow cabinet members I could have ever asked for, as well as Liz Ippolito, Armand Roshlani, Alex Kendall, Carly Sanger, Haley Ruscio, and AJ Justaboy Gugliata for their hard work in continuing a show that means so much to me. I love each and every one of this station's members, and I'm so sad to go, but I know this is not goodbye. Thank you, Q30, for the best 3 years I could have asked for. And stay tuned, we'll be right back after this short commercial break.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Our movie beat reporter Will Tier has the inside scoop of what went down at CinemaCon 2023. What do you have for us, Will?
Thanks, guys. Okay, so CinemaCon happened last week in Las Vegas, and we have a lot to talk about. But for the sake of time, I'll only be giving you my favorite new announcements. First up, thank the great maker and his water, because Denis Villeneuve gave us our very first look at Dune Part 2. And yes, we got a look at Maud Dib himself, Timothée Chalamet, with his signature blue on blue eyes, trademark of the Fremen of Arrakis. We also have our first look at a major new character in Dune, and that is Princess Irulan herself, Florence Pugh. Last, and possibly more importantly, is the first look at the antagonist for Dune Part 2, the sinister Feyd-Rautha, played by Austin Butler. His full bald look is set to be revealed later this year. Now, I've read the book Dune. I read. But do you know what other book I read? The Killers of the Flower Moon by David Grant, which is becoming a new film by Martin Scorsese. A brand new trailer came out to us at a Las Vegas crowd, showing us new looks at Leonardo DiCaprio, Lily Gladstone, Robert De Niro, Brendan Fraser, and my beloved Jesse Plemons. Killers of the Flower Moon will release at Cannes this summer, and then a wide theatrical release in October. The Apple TV Plus produced film clocks in at 3 hours and 26 minutes, which, I mean, come on, it's not long enough. Last, but certainly not least, Greta Gerwig's Barbie had their time on the Warner Brothers Discovery stage. Gerwig said in an interview that she only wanted to write the script, but got so emotional writing that she knew she had to direct it herself. She co-wrote it with her partner and Marriage Story writer-director Noah Baumbach, and had to tell him to, quote, step aside, end quote, when he expressed interest in directing it too. Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie also got emotional stepping onto set, with Gosling quoted as saying, quote, I finally know what Dorothy feels like, end quote. That's all for me at #that. Back to the lovely hosts at the desk.
With this being mine and Isabella's last time hosting Hashtag together, we wanted to reflect on our time in Q30. My time at Q30 has been nothing but a positive experience. Few people know that freshman year I wasn't very involved with school, being in the midst of a pandemic. It was hard to do anything really. Towards the end of the year, I was asked to host Hashtag last minute by a friend, and I fell in love with the show. I returned my sophomore year just as a general member. Going on air all the time and trying different positions sophomore year was a very difficult year for me. And being able to come to Hashtag and be able to distract myself made me eager to get more involved. At the end of the year, I knew I wanted to take a position on the show, and I decided to apply to be an executive producer. And that decision has changed my life here at Quinnipiac. And I would be so lost without all of the friends that I have made along the way and everything I have learned. I would also like to debunk the rumor that I don't know how to tech direct, and I will prove it after the show. Everyone here has a special place in my heart and has made producing so much fun for me. And the first person I would like to thank is former executive producer Gabby Bailovsky. Thank you, Gabby, for believing in me every step of the way and teaching me everything I know about being an executive producer. You gave me enormous shoes to fill, and I hope that I have made you proud this year. The next people I would like to thank are my parents for watching every single show every week and supporting me always. Armand, Carly, AJ, Alex, and Haley, you guys are the best producers I could have asked for. Without you guys taking the show to the next level and making a high quality show would not have been possible. I truly have the best team with me every Monday. And last but certainly not least, I would like to thank you, Bella, for being the entertainment director we all needed. From having to go through all 10 of the beat articles I wrote in a 3-week span, to calling me a few hours before Student Media Showdown to host last minute. I appreciate every note you give me and everything you have done for me and the station as a whole. You forever keep me humbled, and I cannot thank you enough. This show means the world to me, and I truly don't know where I'd be without it. To return as the executive producer again next year is such a gift, and I cannot wait to watch this show continue to grow.
From the moment that I entered the media suite, I knew I had found a home. As soon as my first year at Quinnipiac began, I attended the very first #that show of the year, and I knew there was no turning back. My first time in the control room, I decided to tackle technical director, which I was told was the hardest position. But I really wanted the challenge. That's how a lot of my experiences have felt in Q30. They have challenged me but helped me grow as a student and person as a whole. Throughout my 3 years in Q30, I've made my way up from a member to executive producer of #that my sophomore year, and finally to entertainment director in the cabinet this year. I have learned so much both behind and in front of the camera, created content that I am extremely proud of, interviewed professional music artists and TV stars, organized the entertainment department's largest event, Student Media Showdown, and led many nervous first years that were just like me to become very involved members in this club, and I couldn't be more thankful. I have been given opportunities I never thought possible when I first entered college, and Q30 has helped me to achieve heights I never expected. I was scared being in such an important position this year because I wanted to make everyone proud and be a good role model, but it has truly been one of the most rewarding experiences of my college career, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. It has allowed me to meet so many wonderful people and learn what it really means to be a leader. It's been such an honor to work with those that make up this organization. I have never felt more supported and lifted up by a group than I have in Q30. As a first year, I could hardly put names to faces, and now I can proudly say that there's never a day where I can't chat with someone in the suite. From apple picking to karaoke nights, there's never a dull moment. I am blessed to be surrounded by such hardworking individuals, and I'm inspired by everyone I have met. This club has given me a place to be myself, and #that will forever hold a special place in my heart. Not only have I gained experience for my future career, but I have made lifelong friendships that I will carry with me beyond graduation. There are far too many people to thank for impacting my time in Q30, but I want to say how grateful I am for, this is a long list, Mason, Audrey, Krista, Gabby, Karina, Ethan, Ben, Vanessa, Fiona, Lane, Joe, Abby, David, Alyssa, Jacob, Hepzibah, Liz, Armand, Haley, Alex, AJ, Carly, Casey, Ben, Kate, Ryan, Finn, Shayna, Alex, Grace, Ari, Seta, Holly, and all the members of not only my department, but this entire station that have impacted my journey here since day one. I want to thank my family for always encouraging me to follow my passion and supporting me in all of my endeavors, especially in my senior year. While I may be graduating, I know I'll still find myself wandering around the suite from time to time next year and wanting to see what everyone is up to. So this is only goodbye for now. Thank you, Q30, for all that you've taught me throughout the years, and for how you shaped me as a student, teammate, and friend. I'll never forget all of the memories we have made. Signing off for Q30, I'm Isabella Foley.
And I'm Liz Ippolito. Thank you for watching #that from the producers, talent, and everyone working hard behind the scenes. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again next semester.